Hello everyone, welcome here again. This is part 2 of my sex, love and relationship. This episode, or this part here, we're going to be talking about love, and what you're seeing here is a bit of NW2, sort of a bit of sniper action here, but like I said, we're not going to be talking about that. Love in itself, now this is a very fine point to talk about, because there's different ways to people view love in many different ways. Obviously there's different love in terms of your love for your friends, there's different terms for love for your members of your family, and then there's the actual part I'm going to be talking about mostly, is love for someone, you know, who you are with, or who you genuinely like, shall I say, you know, or you have a lot of feelings for. Like I said, it's a very fine line with love, so with this side of things, so I'll make sure to keep it, and if I don't, my other half will just kick me into place. Love itself is very much... I'm trying to think of the right way to sort of describe it, because it is really difficult. A biggest tip in life I can give you is to never ever fuck with love, okay? And because believe me, the worst thing in life is when you're in love with someone and that then dies away, or it don't die away, it just, you know, they stop loving you or you stop loving them. It's almost it is very much a heartbreaker, and it's something that you wouldn't want to experience in your life. You're laughing.
I sneezed.
Oh.
Sorry.
I thought she was laughing. I was gonna bury her in the fucking garden for laughing at that comment. But no. And she knows I'm joking. I wouldn't bury her in the garden.
No, you love me too much.
I'd put her in a fucking skip. But nonetheless. And as you can see, yeah. You've put me right off now.
Sorry, baby.
That's alright. But yeah, no. Like I said, there's different ways of looking at love, and you know, you can love someone and you can be in love with someone. Now people are going to be sitting there thinking, well, they're the same thing. They're very much not, and I'm going to give a prime example here. With my current partner now, I'm all of them with her. You know, I love her and I'm in love with her. But generally, when you're in love with someone, the kind of loving them part is just also there. So if you just love someone, it means you're not in love with them, so to speak, or you haven't developed those feelings to be in love with them. What else is it? But if you are in love with them, then majority of the time you do love them, you know, so you're in love and you love them as well. And it's very difficult, because obviously both for a man and a woman, to set off that type of feeling and that type of emotion, for women, I think it's a lot difficult for a woman to fall in love than it is for a man.
I don't know about that one.
What would you say?
I don't know.
I think it kind of differs from person to person. From every individual, it's very, you know, difficult to kind of sit there and say. I mean, on a personal scale, I think it's... actually, no, I'd personally...
50-50, actually.
You reckon 50-50? My other, I think it's 50-50. And I'm probably going to agree with her on that, because it is generally true. It all depends, really, on the individual themselves. It's got nothing to do with... it's got nothing to do with the battle of the sexes or whatever, you know. But in a generalised way, you know, love is a very powerful, I say tool because it's a powerful feeling, and it's something that you never ever want to, you know, you never ever want to put it like,
fuck it around.
Yeah, you really don't. Love is something you just do not want to mess with, because you know, the worst thing you can ever experience is having, you know, your life trampled on by someone, you know, messing with your feelings, or you know, how you love someone and what have you. Now here's the other thing as well when it comes to love itself. You have to kind of think of it like this. when when people decide, you know, that they want to say to someone, oh, you know, they love you or they're in love with you, when you say it, really, you know, if you actually genuinely do love someone and you are in love with them, the biggest tip I can give for you is when you say it, actually fucking mean it. Because that's something that most people generally lack in most cases. They generally lack that kind of ability to kind of say it with meaning, you know. And if it's not good you turn around saying to someone, oh, I love you baby, or I love you honey, and or, you know, if you don't mean it, then it's not there's no value to it. And love is a great value, and that is something that you really have to kind of incorporate into yourself. If you genuinely love someone and you are in love with them and you say it and you mean it, then props to you, because being in love is not as easy as you think. You know, it's not an easy thing to shall we say,
Keep it alive.
yeah, it's just like that. It's not the easiest thing to keep alive. You know, there are many different aspects you've got to look at, and there are many different things that will get in the way. And the one thing is that if you're very much comfortable with, you know, your feelings, and you're very much comfortable with how you feel for someone, then express your love. Don't be afraid to express how you feel for someone. You know, in some cases I would choose to be very careful with how you like kind of approach certain things. Like, you know, if you've known someone for a very long time, you know, just kind of be wary about how you, it's all about how you say it rather than, you know, and also I'd say picking the right time to say to someone that you love them or you're in love with them is pretty much key as well. You know, don't just say it because you want to get, you know, you want to get a bit of action, a bit of sex out of them, you know, because 9 times out of 10 women will generally clock on to when you're kind of doing that. If you know, they realise that you only want sex out of them, you won't generally stand a chance in the real
Unless they're in
world.
love with you.
Not necessarily. me and the other are going to agree to disagree on that one, I think. But unfortunately this game does lag out because the host took a battering. But anyway people, that's pretty much love in its sense. Please do tune in for the final part, which is going to be talking about relationships. It's unstable. I'm Officer Cool Beans.